And tonight, Columbia City leaders will discuss long-term recovery from the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. ABC 17's Sydney Olson is live at City Hall with Columbia Mayor Brian Treece. And City the Council will discuss topics like workforce, economic development, and also education.
Deb, right now I'm sitting down live with Columbia Mayor Brian Treece to discuss all of those topics while social distancing. Thank you for joining us again tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you, Sydney. And, under the new city mask policy, I wore this mask from my office through the City Hall lobby into our makeshift studio here. And because we're more than 6 feet apart and Curtis is 10 feet apart, I'm able to take my mask off while we have this conversation. And then I'll put it back on and go back to the pre-council meeting.
And we've seen plenty of people out wearing masks. It seems like most people are definitely following the order, and it seems to be making a difference in the numbers as well.
It is. We won't get a full snapshot for another week or so, but, the first week of this, since its implementation, the number of positive cases are increasing at a decreasing rate. So we're slowing that rate of growth the way we had hoped to.
Well, now tonight the City Council will actually discuss down the road long-term recovery here in Columbia and Boone County. You guys are set to hear a report on long-term recovery, and I wanted to ask, why is it important for these discussions to begin now, even as numbers are still slowly increasing?
Yeah, it's been 5 months since that first positive case of coronavirus in Boone County, and this is really the first total glimpse that the council is getting on the economic impact. And look, I said back in February that this novel coronavirus is really going to expose and exploit the inequities in our system. Those that have access to health care and those that don't, those that have access to technology and those that don't. A number of small businesses and individuals that may have been on the bubble before COVID, this certainly didn't help. And now we're getting a look at what type of resources will we have available and what are the policy considerations going forward for how to best implement those.
Now, Columbia's workforce has been majorly impacted by the virus. I know unemployment reached 6.6% in May. What do you think are the first steps of getting people back to work and making them feel comfortable that they're going to have a job down the road?
Well, I think part of it was the mask ordinance, and as important as that mask policy was to public health, it's also important for our economy, that if we want to continue the slow, safe reopening of Columbia's economy, the best way to protect both your employees and your consumers, the people you serve, the public, is to wear a mask. And we are seeing the effects of that right now. That portends well for having in-person classes in the fall at the university, having CPS resume classes, but also to keep those small businesses, restaurants open as we continue to slowly and safely reopen.
And now, just quickly, there are many areas that have been impacted, like education, the workforce, business. How can city leaders discuss where to put funds, whether it be federal or otherwise, to help all of those areas to the best of their ability?
Yeah, right now we have about $25 million in federal and state funds available. Of course, $21 million of that is sitting at the county waiting to be distributed. And as we begin to have these conversations, we need to look at, those small businesses and retailers that have been impacted either because of lack of consumer confidence in going out safely to resume their normal activity, as well as maybe some of those essential workers that, have not been able to perform their jobs. Minimum wage employees or tipped employees that are disproportionately impacted by this. We need to elevate and take a closer look on what we can do to help stabilize that economy.
All right, thank you so much, and we will be sitting down again together at 6 to discuss these things further if you want to tune in for that. And I will be sitting in on tonight's Columbia City Council meeting, and we'll have the latest at 9 and 10 p.m. Reporting live in Columbia, Sydney Olson, ABC 17 News.